What's up, YouTube? It's Zero Exploit. I just want to first apologize about the audio quality in this video. Sometimes you hear me kind of break out a little bit. It's because I had a bad mic, but I just spent $400 on a brand new one. So I promise you guys the next videos will be a lot better. So it's May 1st right now. I hope you guys have a wonderful May and have a great weekend and keep on hacking.
Hackers attack. Warning! Warning!
What up, YouTube? It's Zero Exploit bringing you another TryHackMe video. So today's room that we're doing is Kenobi. Now, Kenobi's walkthrough on exploiting a Linux machine, enumerating Samba for shares, manipulate a vulnerable version of proftpd, and escalate your privileges with path variable manipulation. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and click join room. Go ahead and deploy the machine. Machine starting up. Let's go ahead and make sure that it is up and running. Go ahead and just use ping. Alright, so the machine is not spawned yet, so it's going to take a little bit. What we can do is go ahead and just retry that again. There we go. It is up and running. Go ahead and clean this up. Alright, so now that we have it up and running, we can just go ahead and hit complete. We are connected to the network. The machine is deployed. And now we have to scan the machine with Nmap, how many ports are open. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a directory. We're going to go with Kenobi. And then we're going to go ahead and go inside Kenobi and make another directory for our Nmap scan. Okay, and then just go ahead and clear that out. Now we're going to go ahead and do Nmap tac sc, tac sc, tac sb, tac oa for output all files. And then go ahead and scan, call it inish, and then actually, yeah, just want to double check that the IP is right. We'll call it inish scan, and 10, 10, 39, 29. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Let this do the scanning, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Scan has been completed. And so far we've got 7 ports are open. So we have, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. All right, so we got port 21, which is a Pro FTP. And the version number is 1.35. We got SSH on port 22. We got Apache HTTP on port 80. We got RBC bind on port 111. And we got Samba on port 139 and 445. And then we got this weird looking NFS. Actually, that makes on port 2049. So let's check out the Samba thing down here. As you can see, it does have security module, guest, Kenobi. It should sign in enabled, but not required. All right, so let's go ahead and continue doing this. So we scanned a total, I believe, 7 ports. Okay. Now we're going to enumerating Samba for shares. So let's read this up. So Samba is the standard Windows interoperability suited for suits of programs for Linux and Unix. It allows end users to access and use files, printers, and other commonly shared resources on companies' intranet or internet. It often referred to as a network file system. Samba is based on the common client/server protocol of server messages blocks SMB. SMB is developed only for Windows. Without Samba, other computer platforms would be isolated from Windows machines, even if they are part of the same network. Okay, so using Nmap, we can enumerate a machine for SMB shares. Nmap has the ability to automate a wide variety of networking tasks. There is a script to enumerate shares. So we're going to go ahead and use that Nmap script. All right. We can just go ahead and copy and paste this. Since it already has it all written out, and as you can see, the IP is the same. And I will go ahead and pause the video again and let this scan up, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Now we can just go ahead and the scan is finished, of course. And now we can go ahead and see how many shared do we see here? How many shares? Okay, so we got guests, we got anonymous, we got prints, we got over here varlib, Samba printers, home Kenobi share. That's the one that we're going to really want. So we got 3. Yeah, 3 shared files total. So go ahead and type in 3. Okay, so now we got to, on most distributions of Linux, CMB client is already installed. Let's inspect one of the shares. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring this to the side so you guys can see exactly how that looks. All right, so all we need is the IP and anonymous. So do SMB client. SMB client. And then the IP 39 209, and then anonymous. I believe that's the right way. No root password is necessary. Just go ahead and hit enter, and we can go ahead and hit ls, see what's in there. We have a log.txt file. Okay. Now we can go ahead and go back here. Once you're connected, that's the files on the share. What is the file? You can see that is log.txt. All right, that is correct. Now you can recursively download the SMB shares too. Submit the username and password as nothing. All right, so open the file on the share. There is a few interesting things found. Okay. So let's go ahead. We can exit this. All right, we're going to do SMB get, tag uppercase R, SMB, and then the IP address, which was 10.10.39.209. Okay, and then anonymous. And just hit enter. Hit enter again. Open the file in the share. What port is FTP running on? Alright, and we can go ahead and hit ls. We do have the log file, so let's go ahead and bring up that log file. Alright, as you can see, we are generating public-private RSA key, and it is stored on the home kenobi.ssh/id. This is going to come in handy right here. Okay, so they created a directory in home kenobi.ssh. We know that the key fingerprint is Shaw256, Kenobi at Kenobi. Don't tell me that's the password and username right there. Alright, this is basic pro FTP configuration file. And what we are looking for is to see what port it's on. So as we already know it's on port 21. So we can just go back here. What port is the FTP running on? Hit 21. Hit enter. Your earlier nmap port scan will have shown port 111 running the service RPC bind. This is just a server that converts remote procedures called RPC program number into universal addresses. When an RPC services is started, it tells RPC bind the address at which it is listening in the RPC program number it's prepared to serve. In our case, port 11 is access to a network file system, and we can just run this nmap scan right here. I suggest that you just type it out yourself so you can kind of get stuck in your head to remember this. But for the video's sake, I'm not going to do that. We'll just go ahead and just copy and paste so we can keep the video short. I've already done this box, and I got it almost memorized using this nmap scan. I've actually used this nmap scan quite a bit and hacked the box as well. Alright, so go ahead and paste it, run it, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. The scan is finished. And we can go ahead and scroll up. We can see quite a few interesting things. We can see a log, snap, ww. So, one that we're looking for is file. Okay, so we see right here, file system var. Right. And what mount can we see? That's what we're technically looking for. And as you can see, it says NFS show mount slash forward slash var. Alright, so we can go ahead and type that in right here. Alright, so that is done. We can move on to the next task. So Pro FTPD is a free and open source FTP server compatible with Unix, Windows systems. It's also been vulnerable in the past software versions. So I believe that it was 1.3.5, what we saw earlier. Now we can use search exploit to find exploits for a particular software version. So how many exploits are there for the Pro FTPD search exploit? And I'm pretty sure we can come back here and we can search that. And we got a whole bunch. But the guy needed to be a little bit more specific on how many exploits are there for the Pro FTP server. Because as you can see, there's a bunch of them. Alright, so don't make the same mistake I made. I literally counted every single one of these, thinking of talking about every one of these. Okay. They weren't specific on the question. It should have said how many exploits are there for for the Pro FTPD on version 1.35. It should have been a little bit more specific about that. So as you can see, there's 3 total for the 1.35. All right. So you should have found an exploit from proftpd, a mod copy module. The mod copy module implements site cpfr and site cpto commands, which can be used to copy files directories from one place to another on the server. Any unauthenticated client can leverage these commands to copy files from any part of the file system to a chosen destination. So basically, this is how we're going to get that SSH key. We know that the FTP service is running as the Kenobi user, and then from the file on the share and an SSH key is generated for that user. So what we need to do is go ahead and hit that complete. We're now going to copy Kenobi's private key using site cpfr and then site cpto. And then after we do that, then we need to do the SMB clienting again. Or actually, pretty much we're gonna mount their Kenobi NFS and then copy that RSA SSH key. So let's go ahead and pop up terminal. Right. Go ahead and clear that out. So we're going to go ahead and use netcat to connect to that server. What was the IP again? It was 10, 10, 39, 209, 421. All right. We are connected to the FTP server using netcat. Now the first thing you want to do is go ahead and type in site cpfr, and we're going to do the home directory of Kenobi. And then .sh, where the SSH key is stored, and then ID underscore RSA. Now we need to set the destination where we want to send that file to. So now that's when we use site cpto to the var, because we know that we can anonymously log into the SMB, and we know that the var is mounted. So that's where we need to send it to. And we need to send it into a temp directory and ID underscore USA. Not USA, RSA. All right, copy successful. Now we can go ahead and exit out of that, and we can do a make directory. We're going to mount Kenobi NFS. So that's the directory that we're making right now. As you can see, we type in ls. It's not going to show that's in here. It's actually in the mount directory of our root directory. Okay, so now we want to mount it. So we're going to mount, we need the IP address, so 10, 10, 39.209. And it's going to be the var mount Kenobi NFS. Now we can do ls tag la Kenobi NFS. Now we can go ahead and cd into the temp directory. Okay. We can cd into the temp directory. Actually, 1 second, my bad. The mount, and then it's gonna take a minute. Go ahead and complete that there real quick. Okay, give me a second. Allows tech LA, tech LAT. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go back to LS tech. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy Kenobi FS /TMP ID RSA. Copy that over to the CTF. TryHackMe Kenobi. Okay, got that. Okay, we got it. All right, now we need to chmod 600 it. And now we can SSH into Kenobi. 10, 10, 10, 10, 39.209. Now that we're in. Sorry guys, I know that took a minute. All right. So let's go ahead. ls, get that user file name. That's what we're going to need. And bada bing, bada boom, we got the user. So pretty much we just owned the user on this machine. All right. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what you're taking right here. So make sure you just follow along that. Okay, we got the private key. Now we got to mount the var TMP directly to our machine, which we've successfully have done already. Now we have a network mount on our deployed machine. We can go to var TMP and get the private key, then log into Kenobi. All right, we've already logged in, so we're going to go ahead and paste that. Now we'll move on to getting root. All right. So let's understand what SUID and SGID and sticky bits are. So set UID bits, users execute the file with permissions of the file owner, and set GID bits are when users execute the file with the permission of the group owner, and sticky bits means shit. Users are prevented from deleting files from other users. Okay, so a set UID bit can be dangerous. Some binaries, such as passwd, need to be run with elevated privileges, as it's resetting your password on the system. However, other custom files that have this SUID bit can lead to all sorts of issues. To search the system for these types of files, run the following command. What file looks particular out of ordinary? All right. So let's go ahead and use that command. So technically, it's going to find firm, and then it's going to look for any file that has these SUID types. So let's go ahead and do find firm tech u equals s f, and then what was it? Okay, to dev null. That is right? Yeah. I forgot type. So tag type for files. All right. So as you can see, we got a few binary files here. We got sudo chsh at new group unmount fuser mount mount ping2 ping6. Now we got to figure out which one kind of looks out of place, and the only one I can think of is this menu. So let's see if that's the right one, which I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Now we can run the binary. How many options appear? So let's go ahead and run this menu. And we have three different options. We have status check, it's probably going to use some sort of curl. And then kernel version, it's probably going to use what you name. And then if, of course, number three, if config. Now, let's go ahead and click that there's three options. So strings is a command on Linux that looks for human readable strings in the binary. And these are the three that it's practically this menu is using. So this shows us the binary is running without a full path, not using user bin curl or user bin union. As this file runs as the user privilege, we can manipulate our path and gain a root shell. So we're going to go ahead and enter the one. And as you can see, it's just basically just doing the local host thing. So let's go ahead and move over to the temp directory. cdtmp. All right. Let's go ahead and clear this room out real quick. So we have a cleaner shell. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to technically use echo bin sh, and we're basically going to make, I think what it's going to do is, let's see, now we copied the bin sh shell and called it curl. Okay, so basically that's what it's doing. So it's copying this sh, bin sh, and then renaming it curl, and then it's modded, giving it executable permissions, and then it's importing the path to the temp directory path. And then when you use user bin menu and you pick the one that you changed, which would be number 1, hit number 1 and you should get root. Yeah, basically. All right, so we'll go ahead and hit echo. We're going to do the bin.sh, but we don't need to use curl. We can use ipconfig as well, or even uname. So let's use ipconfig. No, my bad. I don't know why I put ib. Use Windows ifconfig. Yeah, ifconfig. All right, and then we're going to chmod 777 ifconfig. All right, and then we're going to export the path equals tmp plus the path. And then we're going to run the menu again. So user bin, oops, user bin menu. All right, let's go ahead and make this bigger now. All right, so now that we've done that, we can actually use the number 3 for ifconfig, and we should get root. Hit ID, as you can see, we are root. Hit ls. We can go back to the root directory. Hit ls. We get the root flag. User. Oops. The tab thing is not working on here. Okay, so cat root dot txt. It's not really that much of a stable shell. Copy and paste. Complete that, and we are done. Congratulations, you guys just successfully hacked into Kenobi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want me to keep making videos like this one, please leave a comment and keep on hacking.